Happy Monday, Gladiators. Today is February 8th, and we are going to start off our day by looking at our moon phases. So if we take a look back to Wednesday, we were at about 64% illumination, which was a waning gibbous. By Thursday, we had dropped down to 53% illumination, making this a last or third quarter. Now, this is the ending phases, right? Because we're still in the waning, because if you look over here, we are dark on the right. So right now, we see about 50%. We'll continue that transition. On Friday, we were dropping down below 50% to 41%, a major change. So we are now in the waning crescent. You notice we only stayed a full moon for one day, and we only stayed a last or third quarter for one day. So we are still in the waning crescent. Let's see what Saturday was like. Saturday, we were down to 31% illumination. So let's take a look at the transition through the week. So we went from a waning gibbous all the way through into the last quarter and into a waning crescent. You notice that increase in darkness on the right of each one of these. Now, if we look at the tracking we've done, we started with a full moon on January 28th. It took about 1 week to get to that last quarter phase. So if we look at that last quarter phase, essentially 1 week has passed. Now, when you were in elementary school, you learned about the four main phases: the new moon, the full moon, the first quarter, and the last quarter. And that's what we want to see here, is that transition about every week. So looking at Sunday, we had dropped to 21% illumination, still a waning crescent. And then today, we've got just a little bit of light left. This is at a 12% illumination, still a waning crescent. Remember, the crescent is the shape that we see, but it's mostly dark. Let's see what happens tomorrow. All right, so let's take a look in our folder. So if we go into week 6 now, taking a quick look at our week at a glance. Today we're going to continue with the HR diagram. So we're going to do a star plot together, and then you have an activity to complete. Then tomorrow we'll have an HR diagram lab activity. On Wednesday, we have the writing about the life cycle of the sun, and we're reviewing because we have our test on Thursday. After the test on Thursday, we will start with rotation revolution, that movement of planets and moons, because that's going to take us into seasons, moon phases, and tides. All right, remember, if you need any academic coaching, it's available Tuesday through Friday. My particular days would be Tuesday morning and Thursday afternoon, but you are welcome to attend any academic coaching session. So let's take a look at our Monday activities. So the first thing we want to do is slide 29 in our IMB. So if we go to slide 29, we're comparing stars. So remember, when we're reading the HR diagram, you have your temperature and you have your luminosity. Temperature is on your x-axis, luminosity or brightness is on your y-axis. You notice this one also has spectral class. Remember, that's another representation of temperature, just like we could use color. So if we look, I'm asking you to compare star A to star C. So I want you to identify their spectral class, their approximate temperatures, their luminosity or brightness, and their general size or life phase, if we could say it that way. Right? Once you've completed that, answer these two questions about star A and star 6. When you have completed that, we're going to do an activity called graphing stars. Now, you are going to be assigned a star. So look on this chart for your name. You are going to graph the star. Now, when you graph the star, you're graphing on this HR diagram. So I'm going to practice with one. So if we go back to the instructions, it says you will be assigned a star. Find your name. Decide what color your star will be based on its temperature. So, for example, I'm just going to scroll to the end. Alpharets. That'll be me. So my temperature is 22,000. So if I look at my chart, 22,000 would be a blue star. So I need to make sure to use a blue star. It is a luminosity of 132. So I'm going to plot a blue star in the correct temperature and luminosity. And then I'm going to post a comment with the name of my star. So if I go to my diagram, I need a blue star. We said it was about 22,000 and about 132 brightness. So we're going to be somewhere in here. All right. Once I have completed that, I'm going to post a comment. So you see add comment up here. I'm going to type in and that lets me know that you've completed your star and I can check your star's location. Right? So if we look again at our instructions, find your name, identify the temperature and the color of the star you need, add the star in the correct location based on temperature and brightness, and then post a comment with the name of your star. That's all you have to do. So it should look like this. When you have finished that, you do have an assignment today. You have your HR diagram checkpoint. Now when you open the checkpoint, make sure you read each question carefully. So if we take a look, the first one, you're looking for patterns. Use the drop down to find your answer choices. Up here is the stars that you're looking at. Remember, you can have your question and answers read to you. You will do this for each one. Answer the questions. You have some that are just multiple choice. Again, drop down options. Comparing. And then finally you have multiple choice. When you finish, submit it and check your answers. Okay, if you go back through it, and check all your answers. If you are done, you submit it. If it's okay, then you will use this as your graded assignment for today. If it's not okay, you can always redo it. You get one other chance. So please be very careful and read carefully. All right, Gladiators, if you have any questions, like always, join us on Zoom, or you may message me. Have a great day.